All right, gang, the weekend is here. Brian Blessing in Las Vegas. And on a Saturday, we got a lot of baseball to talk about. Oddsworthbetting.com. They've got the featured pick of the day for you below this video. Got to wait a while for the NBA Finals, Cleveland and Golden State. But no waiting for a Game 7 on a Saturday night in the Western Conference Finals of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Anaheim and Chicago. I've got a play for you. Check it out on the odds page for the NHL right below this video. What an amazing series this has been. Anaheim basically telling you it's a pick, minus $1.35. You get about 35 cents for home ice advantage. But when Chicago heads west, they got a lot of fans there. The total on the game is 5 over 35. And the really wild thing about this series is you can go as it was in Game 6, long stretches when it's scoreless. But it's like once the first goal is scored, the game explodes, and then it's on the goaltenders. Can they stop these quality scoring chances? Chicago, stars on display, Taves and Kane, and they're so clutch. And then you get Anaheim with Getzlaf and Perry's having an amazing series. Bolesky is scoring all these goals. But the one thing, and it is now a one-game shootout in the back class of Chicago, makes them lethal. But Anaheim, to me, is the deeper team that their third and fourth lines can really make a difference in a game. In addition, Chicago is only playing 4 defensemen in the 25 to 32, 33-minute range, terrified to play their 5th and 6th defensemen. And if Anaheim's strategy of banging the body on the defenseman for Chicago is going to reap rewards, it would be in Game 7 at home. But the winner of this series likely, is going to be the favorite for the Stanley Cup. Interesting game, and there's nothing like Game 7 in overtime. Let's get an overtime. That would be special. In these games, this whole series has featured countless overtimes. We're a week away from the Belmont American Pharoah. It's going to be a great race. Big buzz for horse racing all this week. Opportunity to snap the 37-year drought. American Pharoah wins the Derby and the Preakness. Preakness in gate-to-wire fashion in the slot. And believe me, if it rains, American Pharoah becomes very dangerous. I do think he's susceptible to a fresh horse, particularly. I think Frosted is the one they'll have to be watching from off the pace. Finished 4th in the Kentucky Derby, and Todd Pletcher's got a mini army of horses. But we'll be getting a lot of buzz about horse racing throughout this week. Other racing, NASCAR, they're at Dover this weekend. And on a Saturday, tons of Major League Baseball. And we look at Tampa Bay at Baltimore. Ramirez goes versus Wei and Chen. Arizona's at Milwaukee. Hellickson gets the call versus Lowe's. That interleague matchup with Kansas City at Chicago, it's Ventura versus Hamill. Boy, you might see some runs here, right? Boston at Texas with Miley on the hill versus Phil Klein. Evaldi versus Hahn, the Yankees continuing their series out west against Oakland. And it will be Pittsburgh at San Diego with Morton and Ross. One of the get-out games in the National League coming your way on a Saturday night. It's a busy Saturday. A little calm before the storm before we get to the NBA Finals. And again, in Game 1, Golden State, we're listing them as a 6-point favorite. The total in the game is 203.5, and the rest should certainly help both of these teams get freshened to put on a pretty good show in the NBA Finals. Check out the featured pick of the day, oddsworthbetting.com. They got you hooked up. That featured pick is available to you below this video. Brian Blessing in Las Vegas. Have a great weekend.